This is Gemara Menachos Daf Ayin Dalid, and we're holding Ayin Gimel Amid Beis. We're about 12 lines from the bottom as we quote the next segment of the Mishnah. Rabbi Shimon Omer Minchas Chayte Shel Kohanim V'Chuyu. That Rabbi Shimon held the Minchas Chayte of Kohanim has a din of Kemitza. The Kaimetz is burnt by itself, and the Shirayim are burnt by itself. So the question is, where does Rabbi Shimon get this din, splitting up the Kaimetz and the Shirai? Explains the Gemara. 1 second. We're a little bit off kilter. Explains the Gemara. Titanu Rabbana. We learned in a Brayso Vaisa Kayin Kemincha. Says the Brayso Shmil for a Kayin like a Mincha. Shei Vaisa Kshay Rabbi. That Avoid does done by him. Says the Gemara. Toimish they have a das Kshay Rabbi. Oina Yella. Lahatir Minchas Chayte Shal Kahanim. Maybe it's coming to say that Minchas Kayin of Kahanim is eaten by the Kohanim. And if that were to be true, what would I do with that the Minchas Kayin should be completely burned to loisei achal, says the Torah. Minchas nidavasai. Perhaps that's how we would split up the two. That the mincha, the chayva, and the nedava of the kayin is equated to each other. And that's going to be the makar that it will not be considered. That's the sheet of the Tanakama. And on this, Amar Rav Shimon, does it say in the pasuk and the kohen should be his mincha? On the last line, just says like the mincha. So what does that teach us? Elo lehakish minchas chayte shel kayanim kiminchas chayte shel Yisrael. Says Rav Shimon, we equate those two. Ma minchas chayte shel Yisrael nikmetzes. Just like the minchas chayin of a yid is the din of Kemitza. Minchas chayte shel kayanim nikmetzes. But imanim minchas chayte shel Yisrael nikmetzes v'shirayo ne'acholin. But by Yisrael, it's not just the din of Kemitza, says the Gemara. There's also the din that the Shirayim, the remnants, are consumed. So says Rav Shimon 5 lines down, Ayin Daled Amud Aleph. So l'chayr we should say, Minchas chayte shel kahanim nikmetzes and v'shirayim ne'acholin. And on that, Talmud Loimar l'kayin kemincha, l'kayin kemincha. On this, it says the kohen is the mincha, which shows us that regarding the din, that which is done by the kohen, the kemitza, it is kemincha. It is like the mincha of a yid. V'loyle ishim kemincha, and not with respect to the fires of the mincha. Hakit, and what is this split here that we're pointing out over here? Kaimetz karavatzmai, b'shirayin krevim atzmai, and this is where Rav Shimon it gets that the two are brought each independent of each other. Says the Gemara, let's circle back to Shita of the Tanakama. And says the Gemara, why does the Tanakama require the limbo that it has? Says the Gemara, that which it says, do we learn out from here? How do I know if a kohen comes to Makar B'Naisa B'Choleitz Choshash Yertz, he can come and bring garbanos wherever he wants? Talmud Leimer. On that says the pasuk, Uba B'Chol Ois Nafshoi V'Shei Reis. So says the Gemara, that's what we need the pasuk for. So explains the Gemara, just for that pasuk, I mean, you know what I would have thought? Hani really davar she'ein ba al chet. Says only something does not come to give a kapara for the avera. Avol davar she'ba al chet, but something that does come for a chet, just like the minchas chayte, maybe it's not included. Fraktimar, but wait, nafka that as well. We learn out elsewhere that the Torah says chibar kain al nefesh hashgaga hashageges bechata bishgaga Melamed, and this pasuk teaches us she'akayin mischaper al yidei atzmai, that he does the avodah even when he's getting the kapara. Says the Gemara, if we just had there hava amina, I would think honey mili b'shaygeg. That's only b'shaygeg, but b'mezid loy. I would think not b'mezid kamashulon. That's what we need. The second pasuk says we're b'mezid echem mishkachas law. What is the case? They have a minchas chayte, but someone does something b'mezid. We know, frak the Gemara, bizadain b'shvua. No, excuse me, so answers the Gemara, bizadain b'shvua. In the case we did a bizadain of the case of a shvua. So now says the Gemara, let's circle back around. We did in our Mishnah, does the Minchas Chayte have din of Kemitza? But everyone agrees that it's burnt on the Mizbeach. Says the Gemara Tani Idach, now we have a third shita. Tanakam Rav Shimon, Rabbi Shimon Aimer Minchas Chayte Shel Kayanim Nikmatzes V'Akoymet Karav V'Vnei Ha'atzmai V'Shirayim Kraven L'Vnei Ha'atzmai. Shitas Rav Shimon that we've been seeing the whole time. Rabbi Elazar Rav Shimon Aimer, no. Ha'Koymet, you're right, Karav Ha'atzmai V'Shirayim is not Kraven Bechlal. T'mispazrin Al Beis Adeshen, scattered over the Beis Hadeshen. Amar Rav Chia bar Abba, Avibar Rav Yochanan Beis Hadeshen. Rav Yochanan was wondering, Beis Hadeshen, where is the Beis Hadeshen that Rav Elazar is referring to? Ila Maila. If you're going to tell me that it's a Beis Hadeshen that is above the top of the pile of the ashes on the Mizbeach, Hayu Davu, it's obviously the same thing. And you're going to tell me that it's what? It's below. That the Beis Hadeshen is the place where the ashes are emptied out to. Yesh Chatarav, Shekarav Lamata, is anything that is brought at such a place, that's where they just emptied out the ashes. So Amar Le Rav Abba, Damali Ibod, says Rav Abba, that's where Elazar holds that it's mentally ibud, and Hanami. It goes at the place they scatter the ashes. Achicho alei, they laughed about this. What's your hava amina? That something carbon is bra ibud, that cannot be. Says the Gemara. Let's bring a right to Rav Abba. Tani Avu Adi Rav Avin Kol Minchas Kayin Kol Tiyeh Lo Yisiyachel Achila Akshasa. Say it's quit for Achila V'lo Davar Acher. My Kamar, what's he saying? Amar Rav Ayochi Kamar Kol Minchas Kayin Lo Yisiyachel Shnabi Katzud Chayvasai Chayvasai Chol Minchas Kayin Kol Tiyeh Lo Yisiyachel L'Achila Hikshate. I think I skipped. 1 second. Says the Gemara. My Kamar. No, I'm all over the place. Amar Rabbi Nachmo. Hachi Kamar. That's rough too. Kalil, says the Torah, Tiyachmi Nidavasai. So Amar Le Rava, says Rava, slow down. Sakina Chariva Mavsika. A sharp knife is cutting up the psukim karai. Elamar Rava, says Rava, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's understand what's going on over here. Komechas kayin kalil tiyan nidavasai. Loisei achel means chayvasai. Says the Gemara, 1 second, I can learn this exact opposite. Let's flip it around. How do you know which way to learn it? Says the Gemara, makes more sense to be marben nedava, which is more tadir. Loi chayte, it's not brought for aveira. Basim rechaya, and therefore it's more pleasant. It's coming as an nedava. It's not coming for an aveira. Frag Gemara, no, maybe not. I mean, not that Avera is pleasant, but after because it has no more than Isarain and Chayva Lamaisa Tachiyah. Says more Hanach Lefishin, this is more reasons that it's equatable. V'Rabbanon, Haikom Echas Kain Kol Tiyeh Lo Yisayachel, my Avdi Le'u do is Basik Ma'alech Tanya. What do the Rabbanon do with the Basik? Ein Li'el Al Yaina B'Chalil. Ta b'kolil taktir. I only know that which goes al yaina, it's going to be completely burnt. Tachtoina v'lo yisechel can be. Menai alitin is amr shel zeb zeb is amr shel zeb zeb. That is the din. You can't eat it, and there's a din that has to be completely burnt. Tam lemer kol kolel exira shavanem or kan kolel v'nam kolol malal b'kol taktir avkam b'kolil taktir. Oh ma can 3 lines at the bottom. Litin lo yisechel chilasai avlal litin lo yisechel chilasai, and that's going to be the way that each learns each other's drushes. So now says the Gemara, Ba'i Ravina. Ravina has a shayla. Kayin sha'achal min ha'emurim. A kayin eats from the emurim of an animal. Lav mayu. What's the halach? Lav de zaris. As far as the avir of zaros. Like mi ba'ile, it's not a shayla. Tabla ein dalam mibes. Loi. Kikami ba'ilam, what's my shayla lav de kolel tia my Amar Ravaro in the Ravina Tashbat and Rav Loza Omer Kalshu b'chalel tia litain. What that does is it puts a loisa say al achi losai, and from there says the Gemara. Let's dive deeper into a new Mishnah. Minchas kayin, 2 Mishnah is coming up. Minchas kayanim and minchas kayin Mashiach. The Gemara now is a piggybacking off the previous Mishnah that discussed the din of the Kemitza. Says the Gemara, now let's go through items that do not have a din of Kemitza. Minchas Kayanim, Minchas Kayin Mashiach. Minchas Nisachem, the Mizbeach. They go on the Mizbeach. Vein Bahem, the Kohanim, nothing goes to the Kahanim. Ubazeh. Yavakach Bazeh, Mikach Kahanim. So the Mishnah coming along and weighing different milos of the Mizbeach over the Kohanim. Says the Gemara, Vesuleka, these only place which the Mizbeach is stronger. What about Vayika Oila? Says the Gemara, Ika Oira LeKohanim. Even the Oila, there's the hide. The hide goes to the Kohanim. Ivy Golas Oif, Ika Moria. If the nights of the crop and the feathers that go next to the Mizbeach, well, you can isachim, l'shitim, also they go down to the shitim, umay bazu. And what does it mean in this way the Mizbeach is stronger? That's lafukim with the Shmuel. Damar Shmuel. Ha miznadev yayin mi veyoi umizalfo el gabiyishim. So who's miznadev yayin, he brings it, he sprinkles it on the fire. Says the Mishnah, Kamash Malon, to the Shitin Asli, that it goes Davka for the Shitin. And this is Messiah Shmuel, Damar Shmuel. Ha Misnadev, Shemen Kaimsai Vishirav Nechalim. Says the Mishnah, and this is a special din that if someone is Misnadev, it's a raya to Shmuel, that if someone donates oil, the Kemitza and the Shirayim are all eaten by the Kohanim. And one last shtickle, Shtei Alechem, V'lechem upon him. What did the Mishnah taught us? That they're completely consumed by the Kohanim and nothing goes on Mizbeach. V'suleka, v'ikachat hazoif. What about the chat hazoif that's eaten by the Kohanim? Says the Gemara, Ikadama. Ivy Goloik Shem Shal Metzeira, Ikamis Naisaf. Umay Bazul, Afuki Mandamar, Shteilech Mavois, Bivnei Hatz on the Sreifa. So on the opinion that holds, Shteilech, let's by itself goes to the Sreifa, Kamashlan, the Bazu, Yavakoyach, Kanim, the Lailam. That it's not what happens to it. And the truth, let's stop over here. We'll leave the next Mishnah for the next year, B'siyata Dishmaya.